Let's go. NXT Tuesday, October 7th. Y'all already know what it is, man. NXT Showdown versus TNA. This was not just a regular episode. This was like a pay-per-view for all the NXT fans who ain't really trying to pay $30 a month for a PLE. This is free to all the NXT fans on the CW network. You already know. Let's just jump right into it. NXT versus TNA, the Showdown. Let's go. They kicked the match off. They kicked the night off with the Hardy Boys versus Dark State in a double tag team title match. Both titles on the line. The NXT titles and the TNA titles is on the line. Winner gonna leave and become a double title holder. And let me tell you, this is a really, really good match right here. The Hardy Boys, y'all already know they legends. They've been doing it for a long time. They have been and had a lot of bumps and bruises, injuries, cocaine, hookers, all kind of stuff have been going down in they past, and they always managed to come through and work together with that brotherhood and still capture championships and do their thing. Meanwhile, on Dark State, y'all already know about them. Dark State, they a young 4-way team. They just recently captured some gold. And they out here hungry, and they look up to the Hardy Boys, but they was ready to destroy them. And this is a really good match. As you can see, though, the Hardy Boys, they the ones who really got that experience. They done fought every wrestler you can think of in the book. They done seen it all. It was nothing Dark State could really do to surprise them or come with nothing new. Leon, what's his name? Osiris is not a real powerhouse. Dion Lennox, he is definitely the best one in Dark State, but he couldn't really do it on his own. Osiris is big, slow, and goofy. He couldn't keep up with Jeff and Matt at the old age. Only imagine if the Hardy Boys was young. They would have beat Dark State so quick, but it was at times they was going back and forth, but just too much Matt Hardy. He had the crowd chanting delete, delete, delete every time he was punching them and hitting them. He was catching them with twist of fates and all kind of leg drops and all of that. And they were just too much for Dark State. It was at one point where he had caught him with a nasty who's the other two dudes in Dark State who got kicked out from ringside?
Saquon Sugars and Cutler James.
Yeah, they got kicked out. So once that happened, the Hardy Boys really zeroed in and focused up. And it was basically the bare bones 2-on-2, and we already know the Hardys is one of the greatest ones to do it. And the Dudleys, they was in attendance, they was in the crowd. If you already know, Carlos Silva, the head guy over there, the president of TNA, he was there, and it was just going down back and forth. But it came to a point where the Hardy Boys, they just out wrestled them. Matt Hardy caught him with that twist of fate. Jeff Hardy finished it off with the classic swan-time bomb, and the Hardy Boys got the pin for the win, and they are officially double champs. What did you think of this match, man?
It was a pretty good match, but oh my God, am I mad. This was a terrible outcome. I can't stand TNA. It's just terrible, man.
Well, the Hardy Boys definitely got that win to kick off things early for the TNA and get that early dub. But after that, they kind of just went right into it, man. It was not too much backstage stuff going on tonight. They got the Women's Survivor Elimination match, 4-on-4. To kick it off, they had the Inspiration came out, and then y'all already know Jakar Jackson, aka Mara Sade, came out. And then Kalani came out, and then they was going against who was they going against?
Jada Parker, Lola Vice, JC Jane, and Sol Ruka.
Yes, and it's Survivor Elimination match. And let me just tell you off the jump, man, this was a really, really good match. Kind of got a little messy towards the end, but it was a lot going on. All these women did their thing. Everybody had their moments up in the match. Some more than others. Out the gate, they was going at it off the bat. Everybody was going at it back and forth. Sol Ruka was really looking like the MVP. JC Jane had an incredible match. Kalani, she did all that she could, but she really didn't choose that well of a team. It came to one point where Mara Sade, they was all going at it, and Mara Sade, she was beating up on Jada Parker for a little bit. Jada Parker was laid out on the mat, and she went up there and she was finna hit like one of her classic moonsaults. She went up there, she did a little taunt, and she was finna do a little moonsault. And what happened with that with Mara Sade, man?
She botched it badly.
One of the worst moonsaults I ever seen. She completely missed Jada Parker. Completely missed her. I don't know what's going on with Mara Sade head. I don't know. It was a huge mistake. She missed it. She kind of ended up going back and forth with Jada, and then she caught Jada with a roll up and eliminated Jada Parker. Jada Parker was the first one out, eliminated by Mara Sade. And that was shocking after Mara Sade just missed the moonsault. It just was happening back to back. And immediately almost after Mara Sade eliminated Jada Parker, she was kind of like celebrating, talking stuff for a little minute. And I don't know what happened, man.
She got her soul snatched.
Nasty. One of the best soul snatches I ever seen. She got her soul snatched. She got caught really bad. And she got eliminated. And then Lola Vice came in doing her thing. She was looking amazing. She was doing the I'm the Latino move. She was catching them back and forth, and she ended up eliminated Jessie, one of the women in the Inspiration. She beat Jessie down, got her eliminated, and then she turned around and ended up tapping out the other member of the Inspiration. So Lola Vice, she got her 2 quick eliminations, and That gave the NXT the lead right there, because at that point all they lost was Jada Parker. And once that happened though, Soul snatched Mara Sade Souls, pinned her foot and got her out. Lola got Jessie out in the Inspiration, and she got the other member out under the Inspiration. It was Kalani all by herself, just going at it with them. And once Kalani got by herself, she couldn't do nothing at all, really. She tried the best she can, but it was just too much. JC Jane started beating Kalani down, just staying on her. But it came to one point, Kalani, she had gathered herself up, and she had caught Lola Vice slipping real bad, and she eliminated Lola Vice. The crowd was chanting traitor chants to Kalani, calling her a traitor and stuff. I don't know if she necessarily deserved all of that.
Filthy traitor.
No. But at the same time, Mara Sade, it was getting a lot of messy. It was getting real messy. She chose Mara Sade and the Inspiration for her team. So this is why she found herself in a bad situation. This was a horrible team from the beginning, but she found herself ending up. She eliminated Lola Vice. They was chanting traitor chants. It was pretty much a handicap match. Kalani versus JC Jane and Soul Ruka. Soul Ruka is too much by herself. She started beating Kalani down. So did JC Jane. Kalani couldn't do nothing with both of them. It came to one point, I think Soul Ruka called Kalani with something vicious. I think it was she snatched the soul or something. And then JC Jane came out and took the pin for the win. And the NXT ladies, they got that victory. What did you think about that match, man?
This was a great match. But Kalani, you need to choose your teammates more wisely and stop being a traitor.
I love Kalani. I think she did a great job. I just don't think she picked a good team at all. Having Mara Sade on your team was not a wise choice. She couldn't even hit a basic moonsault. Jakara Jackson is one of the main reasons Metaphor lost so many matches. She one of the main reasons Lash lost so many matches. She can never finish the job. She's a walking botch fest. And it was, man, the Inspiration was they had a couple of moves, but they was kind of looking real weak at certain points. So it came to a point where Kalani, she had to do it by herself, and she ended up getting beat. End of story. NXT women, they got that victory easily. But after that though, they had Matt Cardona in the back with Ava, young Ava. If y'all don't know, Ava, she a lesbian. But we'll talk about that another time. But anyway, Ava and Matt Cadona was in the back. Josh Briggs came in the back, busting in there looking for Matt Cadona. And after that, they got into the third match of the night. They had Mustafa Ali versus who?
All Ego, Ethan Page,
for the North American title match. This is the third match of the night, and we're not gonna spend too much time on this, but this was a really, really good, hard hitting match though. Ethan Page, he landed some nasty big boots. Mustafa Ali, this was his first match back in a long time. He landed a lot of big, heavy, nasty moves. They was going back and forth, hard hitting. So many reversals going back and forth, kickouts and all that. It was a really, really good match. It came to one point though. Ali, he was on the side. He was like on the apron part, and Ethan Page, he was trying to get in the ring, and Ethan Page pushed him, and he like launched him all the way to the barricade. Got him back in the ring. Hit him. What's that move Ethan Page do?
Twisted Grin.
That hit him with that twisted grin, and he got that win and retained. Ethan Page, he beat Mustafa Ali, and he's retaining that North American championship. What did you think about this match, man?
I'm glad that Ethan had the balls to retain the title. Don't let Mustafa Ali, this little outsider, win it. Good job, Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan did his thing on that. He definitely retained, looking like a champion. But after that, though, they had Dr. Wagner in the back with an interview, talking how he ready to see Ethan Page, and he gonna be the one to take that North American Championship off of him. And then out of nowhere, who walked up on Dr. Wagner?
Lexus King.
Young Lexus King. Y'all already know Lexus King. He been losing every damn week. He been getting embarrassed. He one of the worst fighters on the roster right now. After he was talking to him and interrupted, Tavion Heights walked up on them, and it kind of got interrupted with all three of them. Dr. Wagner walked off. And then after that, though, they take you into the next scene where they backstage pretty much celebrating the women NXT squad. All of them, JC Jane, all of them happy. Sora Ruka kind of like mentioned that you kind of like stole my pen. Because Sora Ruka was technically supposed to get that pin on Kalani. JC Jane slipped up in there. But Lola Vice, Jada Parker, even though she got out first, they was all celebrating and doing their thing and being happy. Zarya walked in, was mad that Sora Ruka didn't make sure that she was on the team. And Blake Monroe walked up, talking about how Zarya and Sora Ruka, they going to break up soon. And she ain't really had no match tonight either. So, they were just all having that locker room talk. But the NXT ladies, they definitely held it down and showed why they got the best women's division out there right now. 100%. But after that, though, we going to get into the main event of the night. The highly anticipated, the man's four-way Survivor Eliminator. That definitely was ready to be seen. Everybody was talking about that. The first person they had come out was Leon Slater, the X Division champion. Then they had Young Frankie came out, then Moose, and then Mike Santana. And who did they end up on? Who did they go against?
The Young OG, Javon Evans, Miles Bourne, Trick Williams, and the Revolution, Ricky Saints.
Yes, and the special guest referee was Joe Hendry. And if we didn't mention before,
I said his name.
Yeah. So he might appear. Make sure y'all check over. He might. If Joe Hendry don't appear, it might be Diddy. So just look out. But if we didn't mention earlier, Jordan Grace, she special guest referee the women's Survivor Eliminator. But back to this one though, this was a great hard hitting match. Everybody was really doing their thing, but out the gate, he didn't last long at all. He got eliminated first real quick. Who got eliminated like in the first 2 minutes of this match, man?
Miles Bourne.
After he was flying over the ropes doing his thing, he started off the match real strong, but he got eliminated super early. I think he got eliminated by that Frankie guy. But after that, Javon Evans, he just started going crazy, man. He was diving on everybody, hitting them with kicks, doing his thing, high flying, catching them with cutters, and all of that, man. Just doing his thing, man. And he ended up getting in the mix with Leon and they was going at it back and forth. And some kind of way, Leon Slater caught Javon Evans and pinned him, got him up out of there. And at that point, it was like, that was kind of early in the match too. At that point, it automatically made it a 2 versus 4 match. It was crazy. They had we had Trick Williams and Ricky Saints had to fight all 4 of the TNA guys, and they pretty much that's what was going on. They was going at it. It was a couple of times there was some miscommunication between Trick Williams and Ricky Saints, but they had got it together at one point. But they was fighting. Ricky Saints was doing his thing, and out of nowhere, man, what happened?
Trick Williams walked out on him when Ricky tried to make the tag.
And come on, man, we all seen this coming, man. Trick Williams, he is not to be trusted. He's not loyal at all. He done walked out on teammates a bunch of times. You can't trust this dude. He walking around with Last Legend booty shorts. He got too much baby oil on. His name is Trick. You can't trust a dude named Trick. Come on, you already know what it is. So he left young Ricky Saints out there. The NXT locker room gonna hate Trick after this. He better never show his greased up forehead around there ever again. But Ricky Saints, man, he had to fight for himself, do the best he can, muster up the strength, and he tried. He did his thing for a quick second. He even got to one point where he had pinned Frankie. He had caught Slater, Leon Slater, pinned him, and it was a 2v1 at that point. And for a second, it looked like he was gonna beat Moose and Mike Santana. But come on, man, if Ricky Saints, can you really picture him beating Mike Santana and Moose? Moose big as hell, man. He a super powerhouse, and it was enough just him just trying to knock him down and do his thing with him. Mike Santana and Moose, they was just catching them at certain different spots. Mike Santana, Moose, both are stronger than Ricky Saints, especially Moose. And they ended up, even though he had that speed and he had them DDTs and he got the reversals, it was just too much. And Ricky, he showed a lot of heart. He did his thing, but it wasn't his fault. His partner left him. No slack to Ricky Saints. He did his thing. He fought a great fight, but he ran out of gas, and Moose caught him. Then Mike Santana caught him, and they got that. Mike Santana pinned Ricky Saints and got that pin for the win. And the night ended with 2 wins from NXT and 2 wins for TNA, which tied it up tonight. They both ended up evenly. Man, what did you think about this Survivor's Elimination Men's match, man?
Once again, I'm disappointed with the outcome. TNA should not won any of these matches tonight, man.
What did you think about Trick Williams, man? What do you think about Trick Williams and what he did?
Trick, I am unbelievably disappointed in you.
Trick Williams turned his back on T. At least Kalani let you know up front she gonna be on the other team. She gonna captain. She gonna represent for them. She got the belt. But Trick Williams, he did it mid-match. Lost a lot of respect for him. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping he lose that title now. I can't believe he walked out on Ricky Saints and let NXT down. But it's over. The showdown, it's a wrap. After the match was over, they show Ava and Santina, Ariana Grace daddy in the back. What's his name?
Santino Marella.
Yeah, Ava and him was in the back, and they was talking about how this was a success, and they still cool, and they love being business partner. It wasn't an invasion, just some friendly competition, and everybody's back on the same page. We might get another one of these before the year out. We never know. Ava also mentioned that she finna have a battle royal next week for the women's NXT title, like the number 1 contender. Whoever win this battle royal gonna get a shot at JC Jane or something like that. So make sure y'all look out. I'm hoping Last Legend be in there and she can get a victory, because she do real good in these type of matches. But overall, as a whole, that was pretty much the show. NXT Showdown. What did you think of this episode, man?
This is a good episode of NXT. However, it was missing one thing: Lash.
No Last Legend. Everybody was anticipating that Last Legend was some kind of way getting a fight with Mara Sade, representing 2 different brands, but it didn't even happen. So who knows? Maybe we'll get it in the future. But man, I think this is a real good episode of NXT. I love how they started off with the Hardy Boys versus Dark State. It gave me them old Invasion vibes from back in the day. TNA did a good job. They did a great job. I'm rocking with TNA. I'm rocking with NXT. This is a great partnership. I can't wait for them to keep it moving. I can't wait to TNA actually come out on Peacock. This is a great episode. Message of the day, man.
Logan Paul stands tall in the middle of a hall, looking at his phone, listening to Paul Wall.